Banking fees are set to go up, ladies and gentlemen. Hold your horses because it's going to be a big one. What's happening? Well, internally, there's talks that banks are going to require, get this, 40% of an actual, they need 40% of reserves of what's actually out there. So banks they're on the hook with a lot of bad debt. We've been discussing the bad loans, the bad debt, the bad practices, the total debt service ratios don't fit. Banks were lending out money to anybody and everybody to compete with Chinese money laundering. So in New Zealand, now we covered this in 2016, New Zealand put in a mandate, I think it was Jacinta Ardern, was ordering that banks have 30% in reserves of what they have out there to help collaborate or for collateral damage or aggregation against the bad debt when the defaults happen. Now, New Zealand is the same thing like Canada. They were competing with Chinese money laundering in New Zealand. And there's about, I think it was 700 or 630 billion. I got the notes there. 630 billion was laundered since 2010 to 2024 through New Zealand to prop up the housing market. Again, these English-speaking countries built their economies on selling real estate to Chinese money laundering. Now, like the Canadian, like in Canada, just like in Australia, the same thing. They started announcing these interest-only mortgages to get the first-time home buyers in, to get the locals in, first-time home buyer loans that you have to pay back. And we warned you about these first-time home buyer loans, and people now are emailing me from 5-year-old videos saying, "Oh my God, I took the 5. Now I'm overmaxed on my line of credit because I needed to buy food because I can't buy food. Now I'm on the rears of my mortgage, and now I can't even default on my mortgage." So there's a lot of things. It's really hard to default on your mortgage. We don't have jingle mail in a lot of countries. Let me know in the comments if you have jingle mail in your country. But back to the matter at what I'm speaking about. What's happening is bank rates, bank fees, all kinds of stuff is going to go up. The bank's going to look to make more money off of you. Why? Because they need to increase the reserves that they have to offset any bad debt that they had. A lot of Canadians competed with the Chinese money laundering, bidding wars, supply and demand. You remember those real estate agents? If you don't buy now, you'll own nothing. They made videos about me, making fun of me, saying I don't know what I'm talking about. And when I went on that real estate show back in 2019, and they said, well, how are they going to fix this, Mike? If this is such a big deal, this money laundering is such a big thing, like you claim it is, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to have to pull the trigger on the pandemic. Look at the English-speaking countries that got affected. Look at the origin of the pandemic. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.